Hi, if you like the video, please remember to subscribe. Hi, I'm Rob from robandphoto.com, and this is a quick review of the IDW Supermount F with the Q stand. Now you may be saying, well, what on earth's that, Rob? Well, and what's it got to do with photography? Well, one of the problems when you're trying to take photographs with your mobile phone is that there's no tripod mount on it, is there? You know, there's no way of holding it steady apart from you using your hand. And if you're in a situation where maybe you want to be in the picture and you don't want to use the camera on the front, and you want to be, you know, more than just sort of doing it at arm's length like that, or it could be at night where it might be not really a long exposure, but something where you want to keep the camera really steady. You know, normally with your SLR or your compact camera, you dig out your tripod. Well, the Q stand, which is this bendy bit, with the Supermount F, which is this little bit by IDW, it really does solve that problem, and also a lot of other problems as well. So as you can see, what we basically have on the top is we have a clamp which you screw backwards and forwards on this machined aluminium device, and that in itself is screwed onto this Q stand, which is a really clever little bit of material. So it's kind of a little bit like a one-legged gorilla pod, if you know what I mean. But it's also really useful because you can bend it to whatever shape you want. So you can bend it so it would act like a tripod, you know, so it would kind of hold steady like that. But you can also, for example, you can corkscrew it round to fix it round posts or unusually shaped objects, anything where you might want to need it. And as I say, the way that this works is this clamps onto your phone, so, and this screws on as well. Now the size of the thread on top of the Q stand is a standard tripod thread, so this will also not only take the Supermount F, but it will also take sort of compact cameras. And what you'll see at the end of the video is I've taken some pictures of this little device working in various situations, so working as a tripod and as a clamp and different things. So what you would do is you can set up your Q stand as kind of like a little bit of a tripod, I guess, something like that if I was going to use it on a flat table. And then you take your mobile phone. It helps to turn it on while you're doing it, so you can see which bit of the screen you don't want it to be clamped to, because you don't want to clamp it over the buttons, because if you're going to need it. So on my Google Nexus, Galaxy Nexus, I do it in the corner. I just unscrew that bit there, screw that bit in, just check it's safe, and there we go. And now I've got a really usable, small, lightweight tripod that I can use for my mobile phone. Probably you'd use it more for video really than stills, because there's nothing worse than video where it's jumping around, isn't it? But if you're using something like this, you can do video. If you're doing things like recording videos of yourself as well, such as I am here, this can be a really ideal little tool. So in of itself, the IDW Supermount F with the Q stands is a great little gadget to own. We can also use it for lots of other things. Like we've kind of been playing with it this afternoon. And again, at the end of the videos, you'll see these photographs. So what else can you do with it? Well, as I said, you can use it as a simple tripod mount. If you've got one of these, which says try it into, this is a reflector. You'll know that these babies can be a little bit awkward to use at the best of the times, because unless you've got an assistant who can hold it for you, or you buy one of those expensive reflector or diffuser stands, you know, how often do you actually get to use it? But with the with the Supermount F and the Q stand, all of a sudden you've got this really useful hook. So you could hook this over doors, on the edges, on trees, on basically anything. You can hang your reflector or your diffuser. So I mean, this is at the moment is set up as a white reflector, but if you open it up inside, there's a diffuser as well. So to act as like a scrim for sunlight, or even or even for a flash. So you could use it for something like that. That's really useful. Let me just take that off. Just unscrew it. Another really useful thing you can use it for is the same when I'm doing my videos like this. They're really done off the top of my head, and the problem with that is I often forget some of the things. So if I'm doing a long video, I'll make some notes. This just happens to be a menu, but you know, the same thing goes if I was working in the kitchen. And then what I'll do then is I then sellotape this to my tripod, so that I've got some notes. But with the Supermount F, with the Q stand, it clamps tight enough whereby you can do it up, and it will then clamp my notes or my menu, or sorry, my ingredients for a recipe or anything like that, and then I can hang this on the side of the camera, on the side of the lights, on the side of the tripod without having to use messy sellotape. And really, I mean, I've kind of only scratched the surface of the things you can do with this little device, because it's so useful in the fact that it can stand straight on a level surface, or you can wrap it around curved surfaces and poles and tubes and things like that. And the fact that it's a clamp, so you know, I mean, you could probably use this for holding all sorts of different things, and it's kind of one of those tools that squashes down, incredibly small, and is a really useful thing to have in your backpack. So there we go. So that's it. So that's the IDW Supermount F mobile phone kind of tripod come clamp come jack of all trades, with the Q stand, flexible stand that goes with it. A really great little tool, great little gadget that really kind of belongs in everybody's photography bag. My name's Rob from roblonphoto.com. Thanks for watching.